Hello everybody and welcome back to Movie Reviews here on this YouTube channel. After about exactly 2 months of nothing, I'm back because I'm not as busy as I was. I was doing stuff for band, I was doing just a bunch of stuff. Really busy. I didn't have time to talk about movies. In fact, I hardly have time to watch any movies. I think I've seen one movie in the past 2 months, and that was Zodiac, which was a very good film, and I also saw The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, which was less of a good film, but still enjoyable. But I am officially back. We're going to try to get back into this, try to start doing movies again. I'm wearing a USA shirt, and funny enough, we are reviewing a film with America in the title. If you haven't guessed, that is American History X, which came out in 1998, directed by Tony Kaye. I've never heard of it. It stars Edward Norton and Edward Furlong. If you were wondering who Edward Furlong is, he played John Connor in Terminator 2, a film that I've reviewed previously on the channel, so if his name sounded familiar, now you know why. What is the plot to American History X? It tells the story of a young boy named Danny Vineyard. He's in high school. His older brother, Derek, who he really looked up to, is in jail for killing 3 black men who tried to steal his car. Derek was a neo-Nazi living in Venice, California in the 1990s when the film takes place. Danny has idolized Derek and wrote a book report on Mein Kampf, which was Hitler's autobiography that he wrote about himself. So he's called into the principal's office, and the principal's basically like, alright Danny, you did this because your brother has instilled these beliefs into your head. We're gonna try to fix that. Your new history class is with me, Principal Sweeney, and it's gonna be called American History X. I want you to write a book report on your brother Derek. Not a book report. His brother's not a book. He wants him to write a report on his brother Derek, who's being released from prison, I think that day or the next day. He wants him to write this report, and it's going to be due whenever. So that is the basic plot, and it kind of jumps back and forth. It shows Derek out of prison, where he's reformed. Derek has come out. He no longer has his racist, anti-Semitic beliefs. He no longer is hateful toward people, and he sees what his old friends have done to Danny and what the path that he's going down, and he wants to really fix that. So there's no real main character. It more starts off about Danny talking about Derek, and then it's Derek trying to help Danny. So it's really, really well done. The direction is fantastic. The scenes in the past that take place with Derek in prison, the car robbery, and this one fantastic dinner scene, it's kind of difficult to watch, but it's really, really well done. Edward Norton is absolutely phenomenal in this film. He is the best part of it by far, and a year later he went on and did Fight Club, which is absolutely amazing. This guy had just started acting in 1994-95 with Primal Fear, where he played an altar boy accused of murdering an archbishop or something like that. I don't remember the guy's exact title, but if you haven't seen Primal Fear, definitely check it out. It's a fantastic film. Edward Norton, phenomenal actor. So I'm going to read Leonard Maltin's review for you right now, see what he has to say about it, and then we can talk about that. American History X. He gives it 3 stars out of 4, if you've remembered how his rating system works. Alright, let's see. Hard-hitting drama of a young man who's seduced into white supremacy movement in Venice, California, goes to prison after committing a heinous crime and has his head straightened out. When he's released, his only thought is to steer his younger brother away from that same existence. Frighteningly powerful and believable performance by Norton sparks this intense drama of a family torn apart. I honestly couldn't put it any better myself, Leonard. Thank you for agreeing with me. That is a pretty much perfect sum up of the film. It's incredibly powerful, and there is some stuff I want to talk about. The messages that this film sends are good ones, but it portrays it in a realistic, gritty, in-your-face. This movie doesn't hold back any punches. It shows you everything that you really don't want to see about this movement. Which brings me to one thing that a lot of people have criticized the film for, and that's its use of very harsh language, mainly directed at certain ethnic or religious groups, and people have gotten offended by this and spoken out against the movie, saying, you know, that's not necessary. This movie, I'm here to set that straight. This movie is very anti-racism, and it uses this bad language and this offensive manner of speaking to convey how bad hate really is. The movie is ultimately about the negative effects of hate on a person, and it is fantastically well done. It is phenomenal. Edward Norton and Edward Furlong portray perfectly the struggles that these two characters are going through. Edward Norton is this older brother who serves as a mentor to Danny throughout the entire film, but in the beginning it's a really bad one. He's teaching him bad things. He's telling him to do bad things, steering him down a path that most people wouldn't want to go down. And then when he goes to prison and then he gets out, he's like, what have I done? I've seriously messed up. And now he tries to fix him. This time he's a positive mentor to Danny. Really, really well done by both of them. I'm pretty sure Edward Norton won an Academy Award for this performance. I'm not entirely sure if he did, but he definitely deserved it. He's absolutely phenomenal. I cannot tell you how good his performance is. I cannot speak highly enough of how good he was in this movie. Absolutely fantastic. Do not be afraid to watch the film. Yes, prepare yourself for what you're about to watch. Parts of it can be difficult to sit through, especially the dinner scene and one scene that takes place in a supermarket that I don't want to spoil for you guys. But again, very intense stuff. It's very raw, emotional, hard-hitting drama, but this is good drama. This is how good drama is executed, and I don't know really anything about Tony Kaye. I haven't seen any of his other films, to my knowledge, but I'm definitely gonna look at him and kind of see what else he's done, because I really, really liked what he did with this film. And of course, Edward Norton later went on to star in one of my favorite films of all time, Fight Club, over there, which I will be reviewing later on. Trust me, we'll get to it. But that's really all that I have to say about American History X. Is it any good? Absolutely. This is a fantastic film if you can sit through it, which I recommend that you try to do. If you do, tell me what you thought down below. Did you like Norton's performance? Did you like the direction? Did you like the story, the acting, whatever it is? Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Is it deserving of its placement on the list? Absolutely. Fantastic film that I had heard about for quite some time, and I finally got around to watching it over the summer, and then I read a bunch of stuff on it yesterday to prepare me to do this review, and it was worth it. Great film. Highly recommend it. So, next week, well, maybe later on this week. I'm going to try for later on this week. I don't know if I'm going to be sticking to my consistent schedule. Later on this week, I will be doing, let's see what it is. Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my favorites, so that should be a very fun review. I'm going to assume that you've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, but we're going to talk about it, and hope that you guys enjoy. So that's really all that there is for today. Some updates, if you noticed, I finished reading A Clash of Kings, Book 2 of A Song of Ice and Fire, which was the inspiration to A Game of Thrones, or to the show Game of Thrones. Fantastic book series. I'm now on the 3rd book. If you haven't watched The Walking Dead, spoiler warning, he's alive. Glenn lives, which is fantastic. Great stuff. I love it. So I'm looking forward to that mid-season finale. I think that's tonight. I'm recording this on Sunday. I think that's tonight. So yeah, that's really all for today. Next week, or later this week, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Hope that you guys enjoy it, and I will see you all next time. Adios.